and welcome back to the journey where we are continuing our exploration of Limgrave. Let's see what From Software has in store for us, I should say. So, picking up from where we left off, we will continue searching around Limgrave and looking for items and trying to see how far we can get into this map. So I like the nighttime view. It has that sort of glow about nighttime. Obviously, it's a moonlit night. So as we continue, okay, so that is pointing us to an area which takes us to a cave. So we could explore and see what is in that cave today. Never know what we'll find. Just picking up some crafting items. And there we have the door. Okay. And there's a torchbearer. But we're not going to bother him for now. Just going to leave him be, and we're going to explore this cave and see what we can find in here. So this is similar to the sort of dungeons and things from like Bloodborne and so forth. I quite like the touch. You know, the reuse aspects. I know some will disagree that they shouldn't reuse items from other games, but I quite like the feature. It's not, at least now it gives them more time to hopefully improve on it. And it's a chance for us to see what they can do with it. Okay, so that is where the cave is. I guess some of these areas they can be used for things like leveling up your character. So if you want to get stronger or you want to get more stats into your character, I guess this is the way without confronting too many bosses. And it sort of gradually gets it into the game. Excuse me. Some of the enemies are reused, as you can see, because you'll meet them in other areas as well. So you get familiar with their move set and their attack pattern and so on. So which is good. It's not too much change at once, because for some people it can be quite jarring if you have too many changes to cope with. But it is what it is. Come on, you're just gonna stay there chucking knives at me? These enemies are annoying. So he's just there chucking throwing knives. That's it, that's what I wanted you to do. There you break your stance and that's it. End up. Okay, so what is this item here he's guarding? Okay, just some resin root. So I guess that's for crafting. Yeah, it's in the crafting section. Root resin. There we go. Materials used for crafting items. Yeah. So it's interesting to see what what you can use that to craft later on. But I guess as we get more and more into the game, we'll get more sort of advanced crafting materials. So it's going to be used in combination with other crafting materials to make one potent item. I don't mind that change in the game. It just gives you a bit more variety. So if it's done well, then it's a bonus. And I think by now they would have worked out how to do it and how the system works. So I trust them enough that it wouldn't be completely useless. Okay, so the summoning pool is now functional. There we go. I guess that's for online play, because I've come across a few of them now, but it hasn't really done anything. So I guess it's something that if you're playing online, you can then summon your friends or summon help if you need to. If you find an area is too difficult, then you can summon. Which is what I was saying before. If they put the resources there for you to use, then use them. That's why I don't agree with anybody saying, oh, well, these games are too hard. It's not. It's just you have to use a bit of your imagination and a bit of wit. That's all it takes. But I guess some people, they just, they don't like the grind and they don't like the repetition of doing things over and over. So to them, they complain that it's too hard because the first time they die, they expect to just walk in every boss room and just be able to one-shot and two-shot the bosses. And that's the whole thing with a FromSoft experience compared to what some of us grew up on. Okay, so we have a bit of fire here. Here's the point of origin. Oh, he sneaked up on me. Got the drop on me, boy. Yeah. Well, get rid of him. That's it. Okay, so how are we going to do this now? Whoa! Oh no! Come on! You really have to be careful here. Okay, so it's just about timing, really. Okay. Ooh, looks like a pumpkin head. Oh, and that tap knocked it down. Oh, that's good to know. That's a nice little feature. So you run into them and you smack them and they go down. Ah. See? More you play and explore, the more you learn. Nice feature. So it's the same. So if we can get past that other one and then we knock it down, it means we don't have to worry every time about getting through the fire. This reminds me of some of the traps in it's Dark Souls 2 in the second DLC, I think it is, with all the fire and lava and all that. The Crown of the Iron King, if I remember correctly. But yeah. So that knocks them down. Yeah, that reminds me of those sort of traps that they had there. Where you knock the flaming statue and it moves, or, So I guess they just take it a step further. Which is good. It's it's a welcome change. Okay, so are they going to attack, or are they just going to stay on the wall and look like pictures? Come on, you two. Okay, so for those who are not aware, I'm smacking the wall to see if there's any invisible walls in here. So if you see me smacking certain walls, it's because I'm just looking to see if it's an invisible wall or not. Okay. I know FromSoft like putting those in their games, and I quite enjoy them actually, because it gives you something to, look forward to. You don't know what goodies might be hiding behind those illusionary walls. Okay. Okay. What we got up here now? Okay. Let's take it very. There we go. See, so that is why you have to be careful when entering a room for the first time that you don't know. Be cautious. Not too cautious, mind you. There are times to be. I must admit, I'm quite enjoying so far. I'm enjoying the stealth aspect. Introducing this game is, reminds me of Sekiro, a bit of that. So there's another part down there. So if we drop down, I'll come back to that in a minute. But let's explore ahead and see what's there. Okay, so we know we have those in there, and he's chucking his knives. Yeah, you come here. I'm going to get hold of you, boy. Yeah, you do that. I'm just going to close the gap on you. See, it's all about timing. Huh? He has a friend. He's called a friend. Get to back him up. But that ain't going to save you, boy. You got to wake up pretty early in the AM to catch me out. Mind you, it does happen now. Okay. Catch me out, but there you go. Don't never turn your back to me, boy. Don't turn your back. That is asking for a backstab. Okay, so they were guarding an item in here. And some more of those flowers. There we go. Ashes. Wandering ashes. So those ashes are for spirit summoning. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how they pan out. Those spirit summons that we do pick up along the way. I guess some of them will be stronger than others, and some will be completely useless. But my question with that is, are they going to add more health, more HP to the bosses, or to wherever we summon them? Because if you can use them in boss rooms, surely if you summon, normally when you summon a spirit from another, it adds to the boss's HP pool. It makes it a bit bigger. So it will be interesting to see if these spirit summons that we are using, if they will add to the boss, the boss's HP. But I guess that's for testing. So maybe later on I might do a video about that, if enough people ask. So here's the lever, obviously, for the door. Okay, so that's the grave. Glove work. Okay. Somewhere every door is open. Yeah. Yeah. That reminds me of the Chalice dungeons in Bloodborne. Yeah. Nice feature. I don't mind it. Okay. So far, no illusionary wall. Okay. Oh well. Keep trying. Must find them eventually. Okay, so this is where we have been. So obviously now the other room is open. We can then proceed. Okay, so there's nothing in here that I need to get. I picked up everything so far. Apart from that item there, but I know as I go close, they're gonna jump down, so yeah, let's take him out, make it less easier to manage them. Nope, they still haven't moved yet. There we go. Get up, boy. Knock him to his feet, so there's 3 of them. So that limits them now. Oh, there's 4. Oh, there's 3. Well, him we just killed and made up before, so there was 2 on that wall, 1 down below. 1, 2. I can't count, there's 5 of them total. There we go. Oh! Obviously their weapons they're using are bleed weapons, because you can see a bleed meter is building slowly, so I guess if you allow them to just get at you, they will bleed you out completely, so be very careful of them. They might be small, but they are very quick. Okay, so let's go and find this room and see what awaits behind door number 1. So it's not too much of a run from the site of grace down to the boss, which is quite good. Yeah, so just go and top myself back up before I head into the room. Yeah, it's always good to top yourself off. Make sure you get your HP and FP back so that you have full resources going into any sort of battle or boss encounter, if it is a boss. Because we don't know. Well, most likely you can see the fog, so one can only deduct that it is some type of encounter. Okay, just checking I don't need anything extra. Well, I don't know what to expect, so just it's always good to double check your items and see if you could include anything that you need on your sort of toolbar and so forth. Okay, yeah, so it just respawns them. Wow, look at that blood loss, man. Jeez, that's more than half. So you see, you have to be really, really careful with these. And the only reason why I went there was so that on the run down, I don't want them chasing me. That is the only reason I interfered with them. I should have left them well alone. Lesson learned. Now don't start this again. Just come on, just attack me. Come on. I'll give you the first hit. Well, you got the first hit off. Yeah. You got the first hit in. Finish me off. Nah, I won't. Okay, so let's try that again. I think I'm just going to ignore them next time and just run past. Okay. So reset number 2. Yeah, just level up strength. As I said, my first character, usually in most of the games that I've played in the past, I usually like doing a sort of strength build and see how it goes. And know, some people like their sorceries and all that, but I find sorcery is, especially for a new game, if you're not familiar with the sorceries, then it's quite difficult to determine if something's going to be good or not. And it takes a lot of testing with sorceries and fate and, you know, miracles and certain pyromancies and so on. Whereas with the strength, you're just using your, you know, the strength of your weapon plus cat, strange cat. Why is it called a watchdog? Tree burial watchdog. Why is it called a watchdog? It don't look like a cat. It don't look like a dog. It's a strange looking dog. He's a dog cat. Yeah, they call it the cat. Making sad. Bit sad. Okay. I'm too old to worry about that now. No, stop slicing me like sliced bread. I'm not sliced bread. I missed that opportunity to do a critical there, obviously. Yes, fire as well. Good on you, Mr. the dog, or the cat, I should say. Okay, so let's see if we can finish him off. Stop messing about. Just checking through. Come on. Okay. Mistakes were made, lessons are learned. So let's see how we get on with the second attempt. Okay. So now we know what's behind door number 1. Let's take 2 on this fight. See how we get on. It's pretty straightforward. I wouldn't call that a difficult fight. It's just understanding the moves. And sometimes that's all it takes, is just reading the boss. See what it does, learn its moves, you know, try and memorize as much as possible what, the different attacks, and that's it. Yeah, I'm not going to fight them anymore. So just going to make a straight dash for the boss room, and that's it. So let's take on the Erdtree. Watch the cat. This time we're not going to make that same mistake. Yeah, still out there that. Yeah, avoid that. Come on. Sometimes your spirit ashes, those can get in your way. Look, I'm trying to roll. Oh, that takes care of 2 of them. Nope. Coming for me now. Nope. There we go. Nice one. Finish it. Enemy fell. Noble Sorcerer Ashes. Okay, so we got more Spirit Ashes. Okay. I was expecting a bit more, but hey, it is what it is. So that's that one complete. Let's move on now to to other locations. Okay, let me just rest at the site of grace and replenish all my resources that is needed. Okay, see if we can level. Did I? No. Should have leveled up there, but next one. Just want to move on now. Yeah, we're not going to interfere with him, just leave him be. Okay. That's a bit of a way down. We're not going to go that way if we want to get down there. Okay. What are they, rabbits? Don't look like rabbits. A long tail like that, so I guess it's some sort of small creature. Okay, so let's see where we're going, So it's down there. Okay. Yeah, so that's where we were. Stormfall Cave, that's it. Okay. Good. So now we know we are where we are in relation to where some of the other things are. Okay. There's Mr. Giant, which we're going to avoid for now. Just leave him be and let's get on and do what we have to do. Okay. Let's see what we have on the beach here. Okay, so we have something running along there. I think I've met this in the first or second sort of episode. I didn't pursue it, so came down. That is what I come down here to see what. You can hear the twinkling sound, so you know it's just one of those twinkling creatures, but he's invisible, obviously. So I guess in order to make him visible, we have to hit him. So let's see where he goes. He is quick. He is quick. Tell you. Yeah, so you have to get your timing just right in order to catch it. If you stand in the pathway. Nope. Missed it again. Okay, so right, so I gotta set myself up correctly. Come on, old man. Get a move on. Put yourself in the right position, man. Okay, here he comes. There we go. Oh, this Ash of War Stomp. Okay. So it's one of those things. Okay. Still have to learn what we do with those, but I'll get there. So it's not everything I'll do on when I'm recording. Some things I'll forget, so you'll have to excuse me for those who are, you know, completionists. I know they'll be watching and thinking, "Oh, he's missed this, he's missed that." But don't worry, I'll get it. Eventually I get there. Okay, so let's do a little sneaky on this guy. Boo. No, he's not too tough then. There we go. He's done for. What did he drop? Hell. Not interested. Not interested. That's the least of my worries right now. See, I've in most of the games, I've never been too keen on armor. I find sometimes it can serve as a distraction more than an aid. Let me say, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's quite useful. Some of the armors are useful in that it negates a certain amount of damage. However, it is not overly important. And the reason I say that for me, from my perspective, is that I remember playing Dark Souls, you know, for the first time, and I keep heavy rolling, and I'm thinking, well, is armor really meant to make you that heavy? And I'm thinking, well, you know, so I learned to play without heavy armor. You know, and that's why I learned to dodge, you know, get good, as they used to say in those days. I remember watching guys on, you know, for the few creators around at that time who was showing, you know, there wasn't much when I started playing original Dark Souls. There wasn't much people around. But for those who were around, they, you see them doing PvP, Peeve, Ouroboros, Martyr's Brigade. Who else? There was quite a few those times. And then you had people like Epic Name Bro, E&B, Rokan, and I used to watch a guy called Palitime, and quite a few others, from one or two from IGN and so on. One or two from Gamefront. So there was quite a few people around who was starting to put content out. But I remember, you know, I didn't, you know, there was many things I didn't get. So after my first playthrough, I would then sort of look at these people and see what I have missed, and you know, so.
Goodbye.
But yeah, but now you look at it, you have so many creators and content creators out there that are doing FromSoft, you know, all the Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, you know, and so forth. I quite enjoy some of them. It's interesting to watch some of the newer people go through some of the older games. But it's good. It's good for the community, you know, that other people can enjoy these games. And you know, the beauty of it is everybody have their own way. You have to find your own way. What works for you works, and that's it. Don't try to ignore some of the people who will tell you, oh well, no, you need to play it this way, you need to play it that way. No, you just play what suits you. Okay. The only thing I would say with some of them is they have to be a bit more observant, because some of there are obvious features and obvious sort of areas that they miss things and so on. But let me say, we all will miss things from time to time. It's just that being aware of your surroundings. And I guess for a lot of new players who if this is their first FromSoft game, they just think the whole idea is just to kill bosses. But no, it's more about exploration, getting better, getting stronger. So this is why I spend, you know, my time at the beginning of the game learning the mechanics, learning enemy placements, things like that, learning the upgrade system, getting, you know, upgrading my weapon, because that's the first thing I like to do, is upgrade my weapon. Because how I look at it is, you upgrade your weapon, it means you can, you know, move through some areas with not much difficulty. So it takes away the difficult element that most people, they struggle. I've seen I've seen playthroughs where YouTubers playing and, 5, 6 episodes in and they don't understand, well, look, you need to upgrade your weapon, and they're still there fight and they're thinking, oh, well, my weapon isn't doing much damage. Yeah, it isn't doing much damage because you have not upgraded it. And I'm sat there screaming at the screen thinking, why are you making the game harder than it needs to be? Okay, so all it takes is a bit of understanding and knowledge to do things and to make it a bit easier for yourself. But I guess all that changed with this game, because now you have a bit more freedom. You can look for items and, get certain things early if you know what you're doing. So this is why I'm taking my time and exploring most places, getting some levels in, getting my weapons up, and then I will see what the bosses are like, because I suspect most of those sites of grace that has the flame pointing in the direction is where the main story bosses are. But knowing from sort as I do, you're going to go there early and then you're going to be sorely disappointed and you'll be banging your head against a wall, which to me don't make sense. But anyway, it's how you want to play. You can make it harder for yourself or you can make it a bit easier. But it never will be totally easier than, a walk in the park. Okay, a bit more strength. Keep pumping into strength, because then it increases the damage of the weapon that I'm using. But as I said before in previous episodes, this is just a weapon to get me through certain little sticky situations, and until I can find something that is really, that I really like. And that's the thing, you will find something that you're really into and you want to use more and more. That's why some people will go about, oh, well, I'm looking for the best weapon. There is no best weapon. I've said it many times, the weapon is only as good as its user. Okay? But what do I know? I'm just a grumpy old guy. So. Anyhow. Let me concentrate on getting this. Oh, it didn't take much. And the wolves are, yeah. The wolves made it a bit easy. Okay. So, yeah. Is that it? No chest, no item to pick up? Come on. But I guess they say, well, the talisman is good enough. Oh well. You just have to make that do. Yeah. I guess in some of the other ones we come across, we may get more items, or as we progress, it gets, we get better loot. But it's early days yet. Early days. See how that goes. Okay. Come on, wolf. What are you doing? Yeah. See, fire is good for them. Makes light work of your encounter. I quite like the use of, the integrating the torch as a weapon, because it'll become, it makes it not so useless, and it makes you want to use a torch in these dark areas because it can double as a weapon as well, which is a good feature. I welcome that feature. So it's not just there for cosmetics. kill me, man. Some of their attacks are relentless. Come on. Look, I'm not getting an opening to, you know, do it so quick. They move so quickly, which is what catches a lot of people out. See, he broke my stance there. Now, if that was a sort of human enemy, I probably would have get, you know, riposted there. That's it. Finish him off. Because the torch is not doing enough damage. Okay. More bones. Okay, let's see what's down here. What was he guarding? What was so valuable that he had us to guard it? I don't know. Let's just take these out and then we can have a look around. Let's see. I think I've got the item. Last episode, if I remember correctly. That's the thing with gamers, you know, because since the last recording I haven't really played for a few days, so what is he looking at? He's not going to come to life, mate. He's standing there looking as if the guy's going. He's expecting the guy to come back to life. Or is there an invisible wall? Nope, there isn't. Okay, cool. Come on, FromSoft. You're a bit stingy with your illusionary walls, man. I would have hoped by now to find, you know, a few of them. Especially you have caves. I'm like, yeah. Illusionary walls to give you a false, the lull you into a false sense of, you know, ooh, hit the walls, and then there's none. And I guess if I was online, I would see a lot of messages, you know, saying illusionary wall here and all that, make you waste your time. So I guess we'll leave it here for today. Do I have enough to level up? But I can remedy that. So we're gonna, yeah, so I'm just gonna see if I can get some more souls here. And we will leave it here for today. So for those watching, thanks a lot. Hope you enjoy these episodes. And, you know, hope you continue watching. If it is your cup of tea. If it is not, I bid you farewell and I say thank you again. And yeah, we're just going to level up.